Would you say that your world record was the best day in your life?
Yeah, it was the best.
Best day of your life?
Yeah, the
and
best.
And your life changed from there?
Yeah, it's changed. That's why I have this school.
Yeah. In the world of distance running, few records stand the test of time. One of the most untouchable marks in history belonged to this man, Daniel Komen. In 1996, Komen ran 7:20:67 for 3,000 meters, a time so fast it seemed almost impossible. And for almost 28 years, no man could break it. Even legends like Mo Farah and Bekele fell short. Komen's record wasn't just fast, it was otherworldly. To put it into perspective, he averaged 2:26 per kilometer, 3:56 per mile for nearly 2 miles straight. And if that wasn't enough, just a year later he became the first person in history to run back-to-back sub-4-minute miles in a 2-mile race. Today, I have the privilege of sitting down with the man himself to talk about his legendary career, the secrets behind his training, and what he thinks about the current generation of athletes. Let's dive in. Thank you very much, Daniel, for taking your time to have this interview with us. It's an absolute honor to meet you. And before we can start off, I'll introduce you, Daniel Komen, world record holder. Former world record holder.
Yeah.
Commonwealth champion, world champion, cross-country champion, African champion.
Yeah, world champion and then various world records.
Various world records.
Yes.
And perhaps the most notoriously known for the 3,000 meter world record.
Yeah, by Queen Elizabeth.
Commonwealth
94 in Victoria, Canada. Yeah. This was for Team Kenya. So this one was 1997 when I broke the 5,000 meters.
What time did you run there?
I ran 12:39:74. So I worked for 1 year, and then Selassie.
Which is the one you're proudest of, the 3,000?
Yeah, the 3,000 and 2 miles. Yeah, because I was the only person to have run under 8 in the whole world for like 25 years. And did broken 2 years ago. Yeah.
Incredible.
Thank you very much for taking your time with us.
Yeah, you are welcome.
Kind of before we start off, I just want to give some insight to the viewers of how you started running, like what age and how you kind of got to the sport.
Okay, I started when I was a young kid.
Yeah.
I used to go to school like 5 kilometers. So we are going for several times, going to school for very early in the morning and then coming home for lunch and then going back to school. So I started like that.
So just going to and from school, running there.
Yeah. So I was not actually trained to be a runner. So we used to run to school to save time to school. Sometimes you can get late and then so you need to run. So I think by that process of running, I became a runner. And long time ago, I stayed with my grandfather. So we used to look after sheep and goats, cows. So when they go to different directions, so you need to bring together. So I think running. So when you run, you do practice without knowing.
Yes. So I'm gonna interval work with sheep.
Yes.
And like you say, you would like run to school in the mornings. Like how many kilometers per day would you say?
I think I can say that it was like about 5 kilometers.
5 kilometers
so
each day.
I used to go, come home, go back, come home. So I used to do maybe 15-20.
15-20?
Yeah, without knowing that I was doing for... And sometimes you go to the river to fetch water. So you carry 20 liters of container.
Okay, container plus the distance.
Yes. And then long time ago we used to milk cow. So by doing this, you do a lot of exercise on your hands.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
So I started like that.
And when did you properly start training? Like at what age did you actually start like, okay, I want to be a runner, I want to start like running?
I think I started when I was like 10, 9. So I started, yeah. By that time we had senior guys. So sometimes you run with senior guys, you don't perform well. So we used to follow these senior guys. So I think by the time my age was approaching for 11, 12, so I think I was getting better.
Better.
Yeah.
So up until that age, your training was very much just copying whatever the older guys were doing?
Yeah, when they ran and then by that time we were running without even planning. Yeah, you run without a plan.
Nowadays, do you see a lot of children following the same kind of footsteps, having the same kind of an historian introduction to sport, like just like running around following athletes around Eton, Eldoret, and then going into sport? Is that kind of the pathway for people here?
If you go some other areas, you get someone following people, especially when somebody like you, when you are running in training in Eton, there are some young kids following same so they start like that, and then maybe in future they will be good runners.
So just kind of introduction by the environment.
The environment. And long time ago, we had a lot of difficulties because we were running barefoot, no shoes. But nowadays we have a lot of shoes. Nowadays we have like used shoes from Europe coming to Africa. So I think we are now have advantage of those shoes. You can get the used shoes. You can train for like 2 years, and then you can get something else.
And do you think that like having those shoes, specifically the carbon shoes that you have now, you know, the big science jumps, do you think those shoes make a huge difference in sport? Do you think they make a huge difference from the point of view of growing faster?
Yeah, I think it makes a difference in sport. Because like during our time we used like the shoes were there, and then we were using those shoes. So I think nowadays there is a lot of technology and a lot of new shoes. So I think those are the things which are improve the sport nowadays. If you see like my 3000 world, it stayed for 28 years. So I think also long time we were using manual pacemaker, but nowadays there is technology. So if we could be using that technology long time ago, I think we would be even running
even faster
than that, and also shoes and type of food. So I think there are a lot of changes.
When you ran your 3000 world record, what shoes were you wearing? You were wearing spikes, or were you just wearing like normal flats?
I think I'll show you. I have some sample here, so I'll show you. In fact, I broke world record using the 100-meter shoes.
The sprinter shoes?
Yeah, sprinter. I arrived in Europe like morning and then afternoon. So the contract with it changed. So I had to use the shoes for sprinter because I had no other shoes to use. Because the company had already changed. So I had to use the one for sprint.
So on the day...
I broke the world record using the sprint shoes.
So on the day of the record, you arrived like the day before, you had no idea what shoes you were going to use and you just went for it?
Yeah, I was carrying like Nike. So reaching there, they say now the company that has been changed to Puma. And Puma, the shoes they have, it was for sprints. So I had to use, and then I broke world record. So this is my stuff. So I use this one to break world record, man. This one.
Oh, this one.
So there is this one.
Yeah, so it's recording.
So I use this one. And then this is the one I was telling you.
So you trained in Puma, but you run in Nike?
No, I was with this one.
Okay.
And then when they changed the company, I work with Nike, Puma.
Yeah.
So this one is the shoes I break the 3000 indoor and outdoor. And then from there on, we change to this one. We change to this one. This is
changed so much.
It's changed so much.
So the life was improving, so we changed.
Some great competition.
So my fastest shoe, I used this one. So you see, I was using that one. That's Nike. I was training in Nyahururu, even this one is Nyahururu. I was with Moses Kiptano.
Who was your favorite training partner?
Moses Kiptano.
Moses.
My running numbers.
Right?
No, this was 3,000.
Oh my
and then
God.
This one is
2 mile world records.
Yeah.
Which one was harder? 2 miles or 3,000?
3,000.
200 meters.
You have won few very major championships. What is your favorite one that you have won?
World Championship.
World Championships?
Yeah, World Championship. So I won, this was in 1997. So I used this shoe. And then in Stockholm, using this.
Did you find it harder on the indoor, on the short course?
Yeah, it was short, and then you have
More laps to come.
Yeah, you have to do this.
What's this?
Oh, yeah,
it's got the
band, yeah.
Yeah.
When you were going into that world record, when you were standing on the starting line, did you know, I'm gonna break the world record, I'm gonna like make history today?
Yeah, I think I was prepared. I trained well, so I thought I could run the best time. So at the end of the day, I broke world record, which was good for me. Yeah, and it was first time for me to run indoor. It was something new for me, having new shoes, having running in different type of track, which was indoor. You run like 200 meters, and you run like 15 laps. So you have to use a lot of tactics.
And do you think that the track and the new shoes were the deciding factor, or was it just like your mentality, like how you were mentally prepared for a race?
No, I think sometimes you put mentality. So I think by the time I had no any other options but to use those shoes. And then I think I focused. So I focused to win the race. That's the thing which I was targeting. Yes.
I was looking over the video, and like the commentators, they were thinking you're, excuse me, mad going at such a fast pace. Like nobody was really expecting like you to be able to hold on for so long. When you broke away from the pack and you were just like going for it, what was going through your head? What were you thinking?
Yeah, I think by the time I realized that I was going for world records, and then now I need to maintain. Yeah, to maintain, and you calculate. So you use a lot of formulas. That maybe by that time you were saying I was mad, so I was focused about time. I was not good in like sprint, the last lap. So I used to run the lapping. So I think most of the guys used to beat me on the finishing.
On the finishing.
So I utilized like lapping.
So you just lapped them?
Yeah, lapping.
And then going into that race, what was your training like? How did your preparation for the race and preparation for that season look like?
I think when you prepared, you don't have any problem when you focus that you are going for this and this and this. So you feel. Yeah.
What was your mileage like at that stage at the time?
Yeah, I think I was training like 3 times a day.
3 times a day?
Training 3 times a day.
And how many kilometers per day would that be roughly?
Average like 30 kilometers a day. Because we are doing like 1 hour morning, and then 10 like 40 minutes, and then evening like 30 minutes. Sometimes we are doing exercise, sometimes we are doing intervals.
So like around 200 kilometers per week-ish?
Yeah, around 200.
And how many of the sessions would be speed sessions?
We were doing like 2 times speed sessions.
Okay,
so we
awesome.
were doing like speed 2 times. He'll work once a week, and then exercise once a week, and then interval. So I think we were doing like two times a week.
Twice a week you were speed session?
Twice. We were doing on Tuesday and Thursday.
And then the rest of the week was just like steady runs?
Yeah, steady, doing long runs, endurance, exercise, yeah. And I was training with the strong guys. By that I was training with Moyseyev. So we had a strong team. We were based in Teddington.
During your time in Teddington, like how did you find training in England as opposed to training in Kenya? Like what was the difference like?
I think most of the time I train in Kenya, and then going to London is to maintain and to do a lot of speed, because of in Kenya we had problem with track. So we were using this local track here, and then reaching there now we were using Kingston University field. So we are doing a lot of workouts. Yeah, and then going for races now, so everything was okay. When you have trained well, it's like 6 months. Yeah, when you are in top form.
So training at altitude, come down to sea level, just gonna maintain it and just really.
And London was good for me because we were staying in London and then going to races, going to Germany, Italy, France. So it was near, and it was good place, and no interference when you are in London.
And from your time in London, like, do you have any kind of favorite memories, like training with specific people?
Yeah, we were training with sometimes Moafara, we were trained with. Trained with the American guys, even the Jamaica, the 100 meter, because we were in 1 minute. When I was running, we ran sometimes Linford Christie, Rogers Sprague. There were a lot of guys.
A lot of big names.
Yeah, a lot of big names by that time, sprinting. Then we had another guy from Ireland who was doing massage. I don't remember the name. When I remember, I'll tell you. Yeah.
Obviously, you're a great runner.
Yeah.
In your opinion, what qualities make a great runner?
Yeah, I think to be a great runner, it requires a lot of discipline. Discipline is very important, and you know what time and program your plan. So I think that's important.
What's more important, like discipline and hard work,
Discipline,
or
hard work,
talent?
Yeah, no, discipline, hard work, and maybe talent too.
But which one
Yes,
is?
but sometimes you can have talent, but you don't train. So I think hard work.
Hard work.
Yeah, because we had something which was called you train hard, then go competition, win easy.
Win easy.
Yeah.
Train hard, win easy.
Yeah. So we prefer training hard during training, and then you go to competition, you win easy.
How important do you think technology is to be a good runner at the moment? Like having those carbon shoes, having like Garmin's, Whoops, all of that. Is that a big deciding factor to becoming a good runner, or is like discipline still there?
Discipline should be there.
Is discipline more important than the technology?
Yeah, discipline is more than technology.
Just kind of go into kind of the more modern times. Jakob recently bet your world record, and for a lot of people, they thought that world record will never be touched because it was
people were saying it will stay for long. So I think if it is not technology, he could not even break that world record, because I think he used technology.
And you think that technology is a big deciding factor?
Yeah, I think technology and hard training.
Hard training.
Yes.
Yeah.
So technology, hard training, and food. I think those are the factors. Yeah. Because at the moment there is no one who can run with that guy. Yeah, there is no one. So if he was using like manual pacemaker, it would be
impossible.
Slow. Yeah. But because of technologies assist.
You can push it.
Yeah, and pushing. And food and altitude.
Do you think Jakob would be the best 1500 meter 3K runner in the world at the moment?
I think maybe next year.
Next year?
I think next year he can lower the 1500. I think he can lower. If you concentrate with 1500, I think. Because 1500, if you are doing 1500, 3000 and 5000, so you can do everything. You can do up to 10,000. So I think he can lower next year.
Do you think there's any athlete who is at the same level as Jakob at the moment, or is he in a class of his own?
Yeah, I think he's on his own now. Yeah, I think he's on his own, yeah.
And like if you are able to give one piece of advice to him?
In fact, I think I'll be visiting next year. I need to go to visit him. Because I was planning to go, but now it's winter, so I need to go there and then congratulate him. The record for 28 years, so I think he worked hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I realized this guy was strong. In fact, I was in US during the World Championship. So he's a strong guy.
He's a strong guy.
Yeah, he can even go 10,000 and he can win 10,000. But I congratulate him for breaking that record. People were saying that record would stay for long.
How did you feel when the record was broken?
I was not even aware, because I was somewhere in Masai Mara watching animals, and then somebody was telling me your record is gone. Yeah. And then I said no problem. Record was there to be broken. Yeah. So I think I congratulate him.
Yeah.
And I congratulate coach and those guys who train together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because long time ago people say Africans, they are the best. So I think each and every person is the best. Yeah. So long as you train and then have this good discipline. So I think that's okay. He was running good. Even if he go now to marathon, even he can win marathon.
If you were to go back and to give an advice to your younger self, when you were just starting off, running to school every day, running to the river, what advice would you give to your younger self?
Tell him to train hard and be self-disciplined.
Self-discipline?
Yeah. Training hard wins and self-discipline. Nowadays we have a lot of people using drugs. So I tell him, train hard, run clean. I think that's the thing which is good.
You touched on the point of drugs. Do you think drugs are becoming a bigger and bigger problem in sport now? Or?
Yeah, I think it's a problem in sport nowadays. I think they were a problem. In all sport, not even athletics. Yeah, all sport.
Do you think it's becoming a bigger problem, or was it as big when you were also in sports? So
No, I think by the time we were running, we were running. No problem. So I think nowadays we have people who need to cut shortcut. So I think that's the problem.
You see over the past few years some amazing times in races. You had sub 2 hours by Eliud Kipchoge. Recently you had sub 2:10 by Ruth in Chicago, and you had 2:00 by Kiptum in Chicago as well a few years back. Do you think these fast times are putting a lot of pressures on other athletes and making them take drugs? Do you think like that's a big pressure?
Yeah. I think it keep people now pressure because each and every person now need to run sub or to break a world record. So I think most of the guys now, they are targeting now, they need to reduce. Yeah, and I think it is because of our training. So each and every person, if you go to Iten, you can get about 5,000 runners. So maybe they are targeting to run sub or need to break a world record. So each and every person now is targeting something. Yeah.
Everyone wants to go like best in the world, and
best
whatever it takes is.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. It was been an honor to talk to you. Thank you for your time. Really appreciate it. And best of luck.
Thank you. You're welcome.